This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Jim Schaller.
Welcome, good neighbors, to episode number 21 of the Good Neighbor Podcast, Estero. Today we have good neighbor Mariah Landry from Viva Landscapes with us, joining us. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to learn about you and Viva Landscaping. So why don't we just jump in and share a little bit about what you do at Viva?
Awesome. Yeah. So at Viva Landscapes, we are high-end residential landscape design. We also do some commercial projects, resorts, condos, coffee shops, you name it. We design it. We do exterior design, pool design. We also help with some interior plantscapes. So anything tropical, plant related, we can help you out.
That is great. That's a lot. You do quite a bit.
Jack of all trades.
That's it. You have to be nowadays. So how did you get involved in landscaping?
So just growing up,
landscape design, I should say. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So growing up, we were always outside, traveling. I went to school at Iowa State for architecture originally, and then I found out what landscape architecture was during my first year of design school. And that's when I shifted my focus from architecture to landscape architecture. I realized the vast amount that it kind of covered, from national park design to residential design to urban design. And I was really interested in what it had to offer. So went to school for landscape architecture, and then I figured out what tropical design was my fourth year. And that's when I started applying for jobs in South Florida, because I knew I wanted to do tropical design. So that's what brought me from Iowa to Florida to be a landscape architect.
That is awesome. Yeah, I'm from Wisconsin originally, grew up in Illinois. Same thing. I got out of school and said, I don't want to live here anymore. I want to live in Florida. So I came down and moved down here. I love it down here. It's just so lush and green and tropical, and it's perfect for your industry.
Yeah, night and day from the Midwest.
Yeah, absolutely. No gray and gloomy and snow. So are there any misconceptions within the industry that when people think about it, they, maybe get a negative connotation?
Yeah, I would think, to me, the biggest thing that I get from people when I tell them I'm a landscape architect is they're like, oh, well, you could help me with, my annuals, or you could help me with this little plant here. And as much as I, can help people with, gardening, landscape architecture is more of a broad spectrum of design, where we're doing site layouts, we're doing wayfinding for, properties. I work with a lot of larger properties from 1 acre to 5 acres. And I do smaller designs as well. But for landscape architecture, we're looking at the overall project as a whole. And yes, I might be able to help you figure out what's wrong with your plant. But as a landscape architect, we do a broader range of tasks on projects.
There you go. You're not a doctor. You can't tell them what's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I know some stuff when it comes down to it, but typically, yeah, we're looking at large projects. But people, again, it's a misconception where people don't really know what landscape architects all do.
That's quite, and it's quite different than I would have expected it as well.
Yeah.
So I guess growing up, is there any kind of hardship or challenge that you faced that maybe made you into the person you are today, or led you to who you are today?
I would say, as it pertains to kind of my Florida design life, is the biggest challenge I could really think of was honestly moving down here, because I didn't know anybody. I had never been here to Fort Myers. I work a lot on Sanibel, Captiva, Naples. Never been to the area. So I came down here to work, and I didn't have any friends, didn't have any family. So that was really hard, and it really pushed me to go to networking events, to join different community events, to join clubs, and like it really wasn't comfortable for me, walk into a room and not know a person. And I would say that first 6 to 12 months of moving here, I kind of wondered if I made a mistake because it was really lonely to be here and not know anybody, but it really did push me to put myself out there, to meet new people, to get myself into the community. And I think that really helped push me out of my box and kind of get me more extroverted to where I am today, to be able to go up to people, talk to people, communicate effectively. That was a huge growth in my life, was just moving down here.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how big of a challenge it is. I did that myself, but I actually moved down with two friends from college, but 6 months later they moved back and I was left all alone. And I'm like,
Exactly.
time to
Yeah,
jump
exactly.
out and meet people and and being in a new state. The nice thing about Florida is it's very welcoming. People are very friendly down here. They're very helpful down here. So I love
100%.
that.
Yeah, I'm glad I held on, and 8 years later, I'm still here. So we made it work.
That's great. That's awesome. So within the industry, are there favorite projects or types of projects that you prefer or enjoy doing better than others?
Yeah, so I like to work on the islands a lot. So I work on Sanibel and Captiva. I like doing waterfront properties on the beach. I like to be able to do restorative projects on the dunes to try to help with all the weather events we've been having lately around here, really helping people protect their properties, to work in alignment with the environment, to work all the storms we've been getting lately. So I really like to work on the water and help people with their large scale properties. But yeah, I really enjoy waterfront properties. I like to protect the water. My husband's a fishing guide, so I like to educate my clients on the importance of water quality in our area. So I would say that's like my number one favorite type of project to work on.
Yeah, and through all the storms, Ian, and everything that we've been through, it's been I must say, it's obviously it was bad, but it's been good as well too, because now it's allowing people to do things that they maybe couldn't have done before, as far as design or reshaping their property and doing things that they prefer to do.
And it's easier to educate people. I think before there was kind of maybe some resistance on, oh, this can't be lawn. It has to, like, a lot of people wanted, the lawn right up to the water. And now they realize the importance of protecting, not only their homes, but the water. And so I think after these past few years and the water events we've had, people are open to discussing different ideas for their property.
Yeah, because I'm kind of sure they're thinking as well, that doesn't look as nice because I have to have that berm or whatever there.
Exactly, right. Where now they're like, okay, I get it. We want to protect our home. We want to protect the water. So we'll do it.
That's it. That's it. So unfortunately, out of tragedy sometimes comes some good things. So,
Right. Yeah.
so outside of work, what do you enjoy doing? Obviously, you live in Florida, so you like to be outside, but what do you enjoy doing?
So we love, like I told you, my husband's a fishing guide, so I love to be on the water, whether we're fishing or we like to go out to the islands. We like to go to KO, Cabbage Key, like to go to the beach. We have 2 dogs, so we bring them with us. We travel a lot when we can. So my husband, he works in Alaska in the summer. So typically I go to Alaska for a few weeks in the summer months. We like to go to Costa Rica in the winter. So we're big travelers.
You got some good places picked out there.
Yeah, Costa Rica brings all the inspiration.
I bet. There's got to be a ton of inspiration down there. Well, that's great. So I guess kind of wrap it up here. What's one thing you wish our listeners would know about Viva Landscapes that maybe they don't know?
I would say the biggest thing I would like people to know is that I do offer consultation services and not only design services. So I know that hiring a landscape architect may seem out of range for some people, just because it's an investment. But I also do offer on-site consultations for a minimal fee, where I will come to your property, walk it with you, give you ideas, and then follow up with an email with some plant selections and just general design feedback. So I do offer that for people that don't necessarily have the investment right now to have a full landscape plan or hardscape plan, but are just looking for some ideas to implement themselves. So I am open for contacting me through my website, saying, hey, I need some help. Can you just give me a consultation? So that's the biggest thing. So I want to try to help as many people as possible. And I think that's a great resource.
Yeah, and that's great. And that's like what we're doing. It's all about, connecting with the community and connecting with the people out there and, and helping each other out.
Exactly.
Now you had mentioned how would our listeners get a hold of you if they wanted to, look into landscapes?
For sure. So you can come to my website at www.vivalandscapes.com, or another great way to contact me is through Instagram. We have most of our relevant stuff is on Instagram. Our website, we update only once every year. So if you're looking to check out our projects, some of the coffee shops, condos, resorts we've been doing, a lot of that we stay updated on our Instagram, and that's at Viva Landscapes on Instagram.
That is great. Yes, Instagram is a great place to promote, the now rather than waiting for its update. So
exactly.
Well, Mariah, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and Viva Landscapes. And
thank you so much, Jim. Thank you for your time.
Yes, and I hope to see you out here in the community soon, or at the beach, someplace tropical.
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
All right, take care.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpestero.com. That's gnpestero.com, or call 239-296-2621.